Coming up on this episode of Nintendo Cartridge Society, all you starting Pokemon, get in here. Not so fast, Pikachu and Eevee. It's dangerous to go alone, so the Nintendo Cartridge Society goes with you. Welcome to Nintendo Cartridge Society. My name is Patrick Ellers. I am joined, as always, by my co-host, Mark Mitchell. Mark, how's it going?
I'm feeling fine.
I'm feeling great, I would even go so far as to say. Mark, we've got a lot of Pokemon to get through today.
So much
Pokemon. So we will be brief reviews on Apple Podcasts. We like them. You can provide us with them. And we love it when you do.
We love it.
We love it.
Dodger Stadium. We love it.
Did you say Dr. Stadium? What is
Dodger Stadium?
Whoo, boy. That's I Love LA, right?
Mm-hmm.
Randy Newman.
I don't even know if that's actually a lyric in the song.
It seems like a thing that he would mention.
Right. It's kind of a big deal.
It's a thing to love about LA. I do like Dodger Stadium. It's nice. Great view of downtown.
We love it.
We love it. Quick heads up before we get to our awesome conversation with Oscar. Next week is E3, which means we've got a little bit of a weird publishing schedule. Nintendo is doing their conference. It's not a conference, it's a presentation, and it's a direct on Tuesday morning. So we will be watching that and watching the Treehouse Live stuff and then recording an episode for Wednesday, and that'll be everything.
One glorious E3 episode coming to you on Wednesday.
Right. So don't expect to see us twice on Wednesday or twice that week. It'll just be a little bit strange. Look, Mark, I'm too excited. We need to get to this, to the topic at hand, determining which is the best starting Pokemon.
I can't wait.
We are joined today by Oscar Montoya, comedian.
And host of Inside the Disney Vault podcast.
Yeah,
It's a great podcast about Disney movies
that's right.
and just going through the catalog.
Yeah, our mission is to watch every single Disney animated movie in chronological order, and we talk about it. Yeah,
That sounds great. I wish we had like an easy structure to our show where we could just be like, now do the next one.
you could do every single Nintendo video game that's been released in chronological
In like the
Boy.
order of release.
You guys ready to restart? Again?
Yeah, all right. So this is episode
Delete
1 of the
every-
show.
yeah.
Donkey Kong. I know that's not right.
Yeah, what is the first Nintendo game?
Ooh, the first Nintendo video game?
Yeah,
That's a good question. Because
Well,
like before video games, they were doing like card games and
Yeah.
stuff, right?
But if
maybe that's the first episode. You guys play the card game.
we play the card games.
Ooh. Hanafude cards? Is that what it is? Hanafude?
I don't know.
I
don't
just
know.
I just nodded and said, mhm.
Great. Thank you all for your support. We have a very specific purpose today, and we are going to determine which of these starting Pokemon is the best.
Definitively.
Definitively, because when
Wow.
we will come to a conclusion here, and it will be irrefutably, absolutely 100% correct.
That's right. And Oscar, this is important for you to know. It'll be a consensus among all three of us.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
Okay. Because, here's the thing. A lot of people have different opinions about which is the best starter Pokemon.
And that's
And
great.
different criteria as
And
well.
we
Right,
love
yes.
that.
Yeah.
All those people are not wrong. They're just not definitive.
Yes.
Or they will
exactly.
not be.
Right,
Yes.
right.
Right, and it like sort of be incorrect, right?
Incorrect, but not wrong.
Right. So by my count, there are 22 or maybe 23 starting Pokemon.
That's right.
Is the
Eevee.
uh-huh.
So I think Eevee was kind of a gray area before this week
Right.
because the Eevee is the starter for the rival in Pokemon Yellow, but he will be an optional starter in Pokemon Let's Go Eevee.
Yeah.
Due out by the end of this year.
Eevee's like the vowels of Pokemon starter.
What?
Or the Y in vowels. Oh, it's going to be a long
What are you saying? What are you
podcast.
saying? Tell me what you're saying.
Okay, so Eevee is like the Y.
A-E-I-O-U.
and sometimes Y.
And sometimes Y.
And sometimes EV.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Gotcha!
I think Eevee's a weird choice to make a starter with let's go Pikachu, right?
Yeah, let's go
The
Pikachu.
other
let's
one
go
should
Eevee.
have been let's go Clefairy, I think.
Oh, that's
Just
interesting.
because also, did you guys know, fun fact about the Pokemon animated show, that Clefairy was supposed to be Ash's companion Pokemon. And then they were like, oh, Clefairy might lean a little more feminine. And so they
Ooh.
last minute changed their minds to Pikachu. But Pikachu wasn't the original mascot.
What a
of
mistake that would
Pokemon.
have been.
Yeah,
Would
what
not
a
have
mistake
that would
would
have
have been.
changed everything.
Because the reason, and somebody please correct me if I'm wrong, the reason that like they made
We won't.
they made,
We'll just let
We're
you
very
twist.
polite.
the reason they made a Pokemon Yellow was because Pikachu was so popular in the animated series,
right.
That
Yeah.
they were like, oh, we got to capitalize on this.
Exactly, yeah. And I mean, yeah. So Pikachu is considered to be one of the starter Pokemon, even though, I mean, like, for me, a starter Pokemon is sort of elemental. You know what I mean? You got your fire type,
Mhm.
your water type, and your grass type, right?
Right, and you can break the mold, with these. These are the only two that fall outside of that.
Exactly, the only two. And
The-
then you have
yes.
an electric type and then a normal type, but you know,
Who can become a whatever type?
whatever type, thanks to stone. So you don't even. I mean, the same can be said. The same is true for Pikachu. Pikachu evolves into a Raichu with a Thunderstone.
Yeah,
With
and it's also
Eevee,
you're
literally
getting
any stone.
you're getting the Pikachu in the middle of its evolutionary cycle,
Yeah.
right? Because it's
Oh yeah,
technically starts
Pichu.
as Pichu, right?
Yeah, you're right.
So like, I don't know. Can we, in good faith, include in the discussion of who is the best starter Pokemon, Eevee and Pikachu?
Well, can we include them and then very quickly say
Exclude
they are?
them?
Yes.
Well,
say they
right.
are not.
Okay.
This is the conversation, so I suppose they are part of it right now.
Right. Here's my question to you guys.
Yeah.
Are we going to narrow them down by generations, or are we going to do like a sort of battle royale of
It's
all
a battle
23
royale. It's a battle
together?
royale.
Oh my goodness!
So
Great.
yeah, I do think there will be times when like it will make sense for us to say, okay, from this generation,
Mm-hmm.
who do we like best?
Sure, and then,
And
we'll
that
pi-
that
yes,
one can like
tournament
yes.
style. We
That's
will
right.
like end up pitting them
Tournament
against each
style.
other.
Double elimination.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I brought every Pokemon game, so we will try them out battle style.
Right.
This will be a very long
On the pod.
podcast.
So we've been asking our listeners for the last couple weeks to email in with their thoughts. And before we get started, I just wanted to read an email from Stephen Labine. Stephen, thank you for writing.
Thanks, Steven.
Stephen writes, "Hey guys, so I could have brought a lot of bias into this, as everyone is entitled to their favorites. Many people come at it with different points in the series and have different experiences. So I tried to tackle this from the most analytical way possible. So here we go.
Oh wow.
I laid out each starter on a grid and ranked each Pokemon on 4 categories that I looked for in a starter. Category number 1, total base stats, in parentheses, no megas.
Mhm.
Number 2.
That's very good.
Yes. Category number 2, cute/adorable first form.
Mm-hmm.
3, staying power, and then in parentheses, both marketing and popularity. And number 4, badass final form, megas included. Each Pokemon was then given a 1 to 5 rating, 1 being the bottom tier, 5 being the top tier. Only 3 5s were given per each category, with 5 per category until 1s. I don't know what he's saying here. My results.
Yeah, he's in conclusion, he's thinking real hard about this.
He's got a method.
Yeah.
His results. I will just read off his
Ooh, I
top
wanna
3
know.
are as follows. Charmander with 18 points
Fair.
out of a
Wow.
possible 20.
Wow.
So that's
Yeah.
Charmander scores very high. Chespin. Which
What?
I know. That sounds insane to me.
Okay.
With 16 points. Actually, the rest of these are all tied for second. Chespin, Rowlet, and Squirtle.
Okay.
All
Okay.
and I think the other 2 are respectable.
Yeah.
I don't know what that
I
Chespin's doing in
I
there.
respect those two. Chespin, huh?
Huh? And then his bottom 3 are Snivy with 8 points, Chikorita with 7,
Oof,
and
yeah.
Turtwig with 5.
Yeah, agreed. Agreed on all accounts.
Is
on the bottoms.
Chikorita just in general the most reviled starter?
I want to say
Like consensus choice.
I want to say Turtwig might be like the. Is that who am I
Tur-
thinking?
So
About? Yeah, that little turtle thing.
Oh yeah, Turtwig.
I think he
Chick-
might be like the worst one. But
I-
Chikorita's
Oh, They're all
in terms of stats, Chikorita is the worst.
Oh, really? So, like,
Yes.
in terms of actual, like,
Yes.
usefulness.
Like straight up facts.
Yeah.
Facts are facts. Chikorita is no bueno.
Facts are facts. Thank you.
You
see,
can't flub facts.
You can't. You're a big Pokemon fan, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
And have you played all of the games? Did you take a break on?
every single one.
Awesome.
I mean, except for the, like the platinum one, like the third ones.
Mm-hmm.
I've played but I've also played yellow, so I guess maybe that counts. And I've played black and white too. But the middle ones I haven't.
Like
really.
Crystal.
Yeah, Crystal. Never played that. Look at that. This is so cool.
I'm
by
just
the way.
I'm just filling the table with more little standees to represent.
How did you do this?
Yeah, we'll have to take a picture.
We'll take a picture. I just printed them out. Let's print them out on nice paper.
Wow.
And folded them over. I had some arts and crafts time.
Dang, it's amazing.
If we could invite them all to a wedding, we could like.
Oh
use
my
these
gosh,
as-
wouldn't that be
gosh.
so fun?
Okay, so that'll be what
I'm
we do
in
after
the
this.
Cyndaquil table. Where are you?
That would be cool. Just have 3 big tables at a wedding and be like, you're at the fire starter table, you're at the water starter
Ooh.
table.
Or you break
Oh,
it up by like generation.
By generations,
Yeah.
yeah.
I like that.
Wait, are you guys big Pokemon fans?
So we're like medium Pokemon fans.
Yeah, I would say I am a casual Pokemon fan. I haven't played like every generation by
Mhm.
any stretch. I think the most recent one both of us played was Sun and Moon.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Which is like the most recent.
Right.
But yeah, and otherwise I've played gens 1 and 2.
Mhm.
So I've got a pretty big gap in the middle, but I like aesthetically, I like the design of a lot of these Pokemon
Yeah.
in the middle. I will tweet this out when we post the episode too, but here is Steven's full list of
This is
rankings.
amazing.
Yeah, this really is
he
amazing.
did such a good job. He's putting us all to
Steven,
shame.
here's the thing that I'll say about you. You take this very seriously, and I respect that.
I
think
respect it
that's
too.
So cool.
And I think that's we have to factor
I
in
think so.
the Charmander factor
Yeah.
in all of this. So
What? Yeah.
Charmander kind of looks like Stitch from Lilo and Stitch.
I can't
Oh,
disagree.
I
yeah.
see that. I
Or
definitely
like, you
see
know,
that.
when they made like the Stitch TV show with like a bunch of different
Right.
Stitch monster
Yes.
experiments.
Charmander is one of those stitches.
Yeah.
Sure, like
buy
experiment
it.
627.
Yes, he has
Yeah.
like the eyes that are like kind of on the side of his head.
Yeah.
And give him like a couple more arms.
He's also got this like dopey smile
Mm-hmm.
that he's just got all the time.
I mean, it's like a baby smile where you're like, there should be teeth in there.
Yeah. But his teeth are so far apart. I mean, did you guys have a favorite growing up? Like in terms of like
Oh, I was so basic. I was Pikachu.
you
Yeah.
were Pikachu
Yeah.
as your starter?
No, I mean as like my favorite.
Oh, your favorite Pokemon?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was
I
yours?
just think he's so
Patrick?
cute.
So I really liked Squirtle as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's really cute. We've got he was high up in Steven's rankings, and we've got some other emails that I'll read later that people going to bat for Squirtle. I mean, I also just like a water type. That's something I can wrap my head around. That doesn't feel as like violent to me as fire.
Mm-hmm.
Grass.
I agree with that.
Grass. I'm a little more like, huh?
Yeah, what is that?
What is that?
Like, what do you do?
What do Do you grow?
Vine Whip? All right.
All right. What about you, Oscar?
My favorite Pokemon of all time is a really weird one that everyone sort of forgets or doesn't care about, and it's Wooper.
Who is Wooper?
Wooper looks like a little mud skipper Pokemon, and it's a Gen 2, I believe. And it's like the cutest little Pokemon you ever did see. But it is a water type and a ground type, which is a good combination. It's very similar to Mudkip in its type. So, but I think it definitely beats Mudkip in the cute department. Wooper is just the cutest.
Now, Mudkip's pretty cute.
Yes.
I want to talk about Mudkip a little bit because he may be in the running for me. Maybe not the best, but one of the best. And I think I like the Mudkip because is this guy right here?
Yeah.
Because
Well, he's a huge internet celebrity.
That's exactly
Yeah.
it. People love the Mudkip.
People love the Mudkip.
And they love to make fun of people for loving the Mudkip.
Mhm.
So there's just so much around him that, like, you know, if we were just going on like Q factor alone,
Yeah.
he would have the highest. Or
Oh,
no,
interesting.
Pikachu probably would, but
I disagree. I don't think Pikachu is very cute.
What?
Yeah, I really I don't think so. I think
All right.
I mean I think the way Pikachu sounds is cute, but when you compare Pikachu to like Chimchar, Froakie, I think they rank better than Pikachu.
So that's interesting.
Or Piplup. Piplup I think is the cutest. Oh, actually Oshawott
Piplup.
is Oshawott and Piplup are the cutest
The
starters. I
water
think.
ones are so
The
cute.
I'm a huge fan of the water.
So I feel like I actually don't think Chimchar is very cute, and I think
what? Look
I-
at Chimchar.
Yeah, I don't think he's
also,
very,
say his name a couple times.
I think I think Chimchar is fairly generic looking.
Wow.
And I think like Piplup and Oshawott, like Rowlet, like they capture
Yeah, Rowlet's cute too.
like the
Yeah.
and even like Squirtle and Charmander and stuff, they capture like the round cuteness of babies and puppies.
Yeah.
Right where you're just like, oh, they're like chubby
Well,
and like
I'll also
huggable.
say Tepig is the most babyest looking Pokemon. It looks like it has a diaper on.
It does look like it has a diaper on it. It also looks
It looks like a
belo-
children's toy.
It looks like it belongs in a
Yeah, like a
DreamWorks
nursery.
animated movie.
Yes.
Not
Tepig, yes.
Pixar.
Not Pixar.
No,
no.
no.
It has that. No. It has that like.
It's a little
dream-
like questionable taste.
Yeah, it has that
level.
like DreamWorks, like
Like a
slyness
shark's
to
tail.
it. Exactly.
It was nominated for an Oscar, so don't knock it.
So maybe we even have to ask here. Cuteness is obviously something that we respond to, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think that's how when like new Pokemon games are released,
Yeah.
the cuteness, like the way it looks, is a huge. I mean, let's not we forget the Poplio catastrophe that happened when Sun and Moon came out.
Now, you'll have to fill me in on what the catastrophe part of it is. I know people were not fond of Poplio
I mean,
when he was
people
first
were
announced.
up in arms because it looked so weird because you had
Mhm.
Litten, which everyone like lost their minds over. Litten, I think, is the most, I would say, popular of the
Of the
starters
Alolan
Pokemon.
starters, yeah.
And I would say like out of all of them, Litten fans go hard. They go hard. And Rowlet is sort of like it was like sort of like I don't want to be a Litten fan. I'll be a Rowlet fan. Poplio was like crickets.
I mean, Rowlet. Rowlet was my starter
Uh-huh.
for Moon, and Rowlet. You're absolutely right. Is like the alternative
Exactly,
choice,
yeah.
especially when his middle evolution is like he's like
Yeah,
a teenager
God.
emo,
with the bangs.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I love
All
the
American
brooding-
Rejects groupie. Yeah.
So
But anyway, Poplio was a huge like WTF moment.
He also has the clown thing going against him.
Exactly, because the
I think-
design of that one is so different from any other Pokemon. that
he also
people were
doesn't
like,
play
"What
the
heck?"
the pun game, like the
Yes.
the punny name game. Like, what is Poplio? Like, I get that Litten is like a lighted up kitten, right?
Oh wow, I didn't know. Yeah, sure.
And I guess I don't know what Rowlet would be like.
it's like
a
an
roly
owlet.
owl.
Yeah, like a round owl.
yeah,
Um,
Rowlet.
But I do think one of the reasons that people, or that the internet, such as the internet is, went nuts about Poplio is that it feels a little bit more feminine. And I think the internet is just like, I don't like feminine
yeah,
things.
well, especially when they released the final evolution forms,
Yeah.
which was like a mermaid-looking seal thing.
Mm-hmm.
Primarina is what the final evolution of the Poplio is.
Yeah.
So I think idiots on the internet responded poorly to that.
Right.
So
Yeah.
why do they respond so? Why does everyone love Mudkip so much?
Because it's an internet meme.
Yeah, I mean that's
It's like
that's it.
asking, why is the sky blue? What makes an
What makes it
internet-
rain?
A meme a meme? I don't know. It's like one person.
Yeah, get Malcolm Gladwell on that.
Yeah, Mudkip wore like sunglasses in an episode of Pokemon, and then people sort of like sent that around, being like, "Look how cool this Mudkip is."
like it's got a little bit of personality.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's
Would-
like when the Squirtle was in that Squirtle gang and had the shades,
Yes.
the bad guy shades. You know.
So Squirtle shades, I put these things on top of my notes. We got an email from Spencer, who writes with us on Retcon Punch. So go to Retcon Punch and read Spencer's stuff about comic books. And he says there are a few good answers here to the question of who is the best starter.
Mm.
He says Infernape is probably the best starter I've ever used competitively. So he's talking about the Chimchar
Chimchar.
as it evolves. He says Empoleon
Mm-hmm.
has got one of the most
Piplup.
interesting dual types. That's the Piplup.
Yeah, that's
fully
a
evolved.
steel water type.
Steel and water.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's. I don't think there's another Pokemon with that sort of combination.
And then Rowlet is so cute that he makes me want to die. And of course, Incineroar is a wrestler who is also a cat. So yeah, that's the a vote for the
But
Litten.
that's an interesting question too. It is that idea of like you're getting a starter because you are training your Pokemon so it can go on its final evolution.
Yeah.
To me, that's an interesting idea because I guess I don't know. Like
You're gonna leave behind the
yeah,
thing
you're gonna
that's so
leave
cute. Yeah.
exactly. It's an interesting thing. I guess I mean the reason you get Pokemon is theoretically to level up and win competitions, right?
I guess so. Have you ever like played and then just like refused to
Yes.
evolve? What kinds of Pokemons have you refused to evolve?
Okay, I don't. This is controversial.
Uh-huh.
I tend to not play with my starter Pokemon
Oh.
because it's an easy sort. I mean, it's so like everyone does it,
Yeah.
and I either give them an Everstone so they don't evolve, or I just like have them around, but I don't evolve them.
So
I
what
don't
is
train them.
What's the beginning of a Pokemon game like for you then? Because I feel like in the beginning, that's when they're throwing the sort of like garbage ones at you, where you're like, here you can have you
Yeah.
can have a Rattata or a Pidgey or whatever.
Those are sort of my favorite.
Those are your
I'm a big
faves?
trash person, so I like the trash Pokemon. Give me a Pidgey.
Yeah.
Give me a Spearow.
Yeah, so when you start a game, you choose, like whatever starter, and
Yeah.
then are there other starters, or not other starters, but are there like Pokemon that you are always like, do you play with the same team, I guess is what I'm asking?
No, I switch it around. But for me, playing the game is a lot more like cosmetic
Yeah.
than anything else. Like I build a team based on, first of all, how like unusual they are,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm partial to psychic types.
Psychic types are cool.
Personally, and I like bug types as well because they evolve pretty fast and they have really good stats. I feel like
And they're trash Pokemon.
and they're the trashiest of the trash Pokemon. It's like you got your bug and then normal types, which is like, who wants a normal type? They're not fun to have around.
What is the Pokemon that's like a keychain or like a bunch of keychains?
Oh, Kefla or something like that.
What kind of Pokemon is that?
It's a fairy type.
Oh,
Yeah, that's a brand new type that they came up with. Fairy.
So sorry, the reason that I brought up Spencer's email is that in his second paragraph he goes on to a vigorous defense of Squirtle,
Oh.
citing specifically the sunglasses.
Oh, right.
A lot of
Squirtle
fan art.
Squad.
A lot of fan art features him wearing sunglasses.
Mhm.
How often do specific Pokemon get that much attention? Well, Mudkip,
Well,
we
with
know.
Mudkip.
He also really loves it in the cartoon. What they did with his Hydro Pump. While most other Pokemon use the move, they just shoot a really big blast of water. Squirtle shoots 4 giant streams out of the holes in his shell, where his arms and legs come out, and then spins around. It gives the Squirrel 2 very specific, very unique attributes that sets him apart from most other Pokemon, much less most other water and starter types. And he's a cool blue turtle, man. He's the best.
Yeah.
So, a spirited argument from Spencer.
I dig it. I respect it. Squirtle is cool.
I respect it too. Can we start maybe eliminating Pokemon at this
Yes,
point?
I'm more than happy to.
Okay.
And I will nominate Pikachu right off that list.
and I think that's fair. I think Pikachu is super cute as a starter. He sucks.
yes. First of all, I mean, in terms of so let's really talk about him. Is Pikachu the cutest Pokemon on this that you see here?
No, I
Great,
don't. No.
already doesn't win that. Does it have Does it have the best stats? No. Pikachu has one of the lowest defenses in Pokemon. So like it does not have good defense. It has good offense and it's fast as heck, but not a strong Pokemon.
One thing I will say in Pikachu's defense is that since he is bigger than the Pokemon series,
Yes.
he appears in other stuff, right? So like part of my affection for Pikachu comes from Smash, for example. I like him in Smash.
He was my favorite in the original Super Smash Brothers.
Right, for the N64.
And then when they nerfed him going forward, not as fun.
But he's a mainstay in those games.
Absolutely.
Oh, for sure. I mean, did he build an empire? Yes, of course
Absolutely.
he did. Yes. Is he the best starter Pokemon? No. Also, there's female Pikachus too. I'm
Sure.
being very weird. Yeah, and also technically, is Pikachu a starter Pokemon? No. If Pichu was on the list, maybe I'd consider it. Because
Can you ever start a Pichu though?
no, you never can. And you should though.
You definitely should.
You should.
Um, I-
Because sorry,
I-
I can go in. Because with Pichu, part of its evolution is you have to make it happy. Like, which is like, isn't that what you want from a starter? Like, that's
Yeah,
the
that's
best way
great.
to raise your starter is by like hanging out with it
Making
and
'em
being its
happy.
friend. So then your Pichu evolves into a Pikachu, and then you get a stone if you wanted to make it a Raichu. Anyway, no, Pikachu, sorry, not this day.
I've
not
already
today.
I've already pulled him off the board.
Yeah.
I
Thank
move
you.
that we also take the Eevee off the board as well.
Why?
Because he is a starter. Sure, he
Yeah.
or she
Yeah.
is a starter, but only really in the new game. And I think the sort of elemental aspects of all the rest of these characters are so important, and this like trichotomy of grass, water, fire is so important. And also just like the straightforward evolutionary process
Thank you.
that everyone at level 17, whatever it
Yeah.
is, they become their second form, and then
That's right.
again at 30 or whatever it is. And the Eevee, you got to rub some stones on it. It turns into a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
I think we gotta kick it out. We gotta
Yeah.
say not in the running for best.
Eevee's
starter.
here purely because of the cute factor, and that's about it.
Mm,
Because also it doesn't have two other evolution stages.
right.
It's just a one evolution stage, you know?
in like a wheel of 8 different directions. But
Right,
yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So I agree with you. Also, there's no sense of like training an Eevee. You don't have to train an Eevee. You give it a stone and then it evolves, right?
Right, and then
you
you
have to
train that.
level it up. It could be a level 1 Volteon if it wanted to.
I
Which
just
is-
want to point out that we're kicking Eevee out of the group because she's different.
Yeah.
Yes! Absolutely. Conform or die.
Great. Now the battle has started.
Ah!
I would also take out Chikorita because, I mean,
Here's-
she's
here's-
it's right here.
Oh yeah, we
Here's-
already.
We
Chikorita kind of freaks me out.
yes,
Like
Chikorita makes me uncomfortable. I like saying the name Chikorita.
Oh yeah, the name's
yeah.
great.
It's a good name.
But what is it?
I don't know. Because like the other two make sense. We've got from that generation, the
Yeah.
Cyndaquil and the Totodile. It's a porcupine and a crocodile.
Yeah.
Makes perfect sense to me. Here's something I'm gonna say though.
Yeah.
I don't think any of these Gen 2 Pokemon starters stand a chance in
Right.
this competition.
Right.
I say-
I
Yes.
think Totodile has a chance.
I think that might be a lonely road for you, Oscar.
So I think that
I mean, yes. If you disagree, then I can't fight that.
I think the thing that Totodile has going for it is, again, aesthetically probably the cutest
Yes.
of the Gen 2 starters because it has that like roly-poly kind of like chubby
right.
thing
Okay.
going for it. So, okay.
Also, in the anime, it talks like Donald Duck.
Does it really?
Totodile is Donald Duck, which come on, is that not cute?
That is adorable.
So I think where Chikorita went wrong is in its original form, kind of rocking this like 80s punk type thing. It has like
Yeah.
like
Feels very
Uh,
dated.
but I think if they had leaned into that with the evolutions,
Yeah.
that we would like be going places.
Oh, interesting. Yeah.
You want it to be more like a member of the Bengals.
yes, if
Yeah.
it
Okay.
like
Yeah.
full, if its final evolution was
Was the lead singer of the Bengals?
exactly, then yeah, I'd
They're
be
like,
totally into
what am
it.
I doing here? You want me to fight this thing? Okay.
Okay.
I'll sing Manic Monday.
It just becomes like Chikorita just becomes more clownish as
Yeah.
it
Also,
evolves.
what
and, like,
is Chikorita?
Yeah, I mean
it's
that's
so alien to me. It's like a leaf. It's a leaf.
yeah,
it's a leaf.
It's a leaf and maybe an animal under
Yeah.
it. I don't know.
Uh,
Okay, so Chikorita's gone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
be okay. How do you guys feel about also the other thing about Chikorita is in terms of like fighting ability, it's only a grass type. It's not any other type.
Oh, that's a
Whereas
bummer.
the other starter Pokemons, there is a bit of like they're like multi ambidextrous, I would say, with their types.
Yes, that they develop more types and abilities.
Well,
that they're
yeah.
diversified.
Exactly. They're diversified. Well, I'm going to ask you this. Do you think it's a plus or a negative to be one type? Because on the plus side, you have less weaknesses, right? Because with two types, you have two weaknesses.
Sure.
But then again, with one type, you become less versatile on the battlefield.
Here's the thing. I like the multi-type grass guys. I like that Bulbasaur is grass and poison. I like that the Rowlet is grass and flying. So I guess specifically in terms of the grass ones, I like them to be multi-typed.
Yeah.
What do you think, Mark?
Yeah, I like multi.
You like multi?
Mm-hmm.
What are you thinking, Oscar? Are you thinking?
Oh, multi's better in terms of building the best fighting team.
Yeah.
I think the more variety you have, the better you are going to be.
So
Cyndaquil
Totodile's going to stick around, but
Cyndaquil, I don't. Yeah.
Hit the road.
How do you guys feel about because also with some of these Pokemon, their final evolutionary looks are not impressive to me.
I feel like that's true almost across the board.
Yeah.
Like the
Should
final
that come into
evolutions
consideration
are always
too?
I
think it has to be part of it.
Okay.
Maybe not the whole conversation, but part of it.
Yeah, it
for
definitely
sure.
swayed me in my final decision.
Okay, so I nominate someone else to get rid of.
Okay.
All right.
Chespin.
Chespin, great. I agree with that 100%.
I mean, it's just its evolutionary journey is a nightmare. I mean, look at how it evolves. It's so weird.
it evolves into a some
what
sort
is
of
it?
weird night paladin thing, right? It's almost like a mech as it evolves. Chestnut.
It's weird. What is it?
It's a little too intense for me.
I don't like it. It makes me feel so uncomfortable.
As long as we're cutting some grass type, I think I want to pull the Snivy out
I was just gonna say Snivy. I was gonna nominate Snivy to be removed.
for removal. Mark, what are your thoughts on that?
What's your reasoning behind that?
It's another case of I'm not sure I know what this thing is.
Yeah. Well, it's a snake. I mean, that's the journey. But this Snivy is like a snake with a leg.
It's got arms and legs.
But okay,
Mark loves a
I
Snivy.
don't love a Snivy.
Look at it
Mark
like
is
it's-
in love with a Snivy.
Look, do I want to
Mark and Snivy sitting in a tree. EVOLVING.
E-V.
No, okay. The one thing I like about Snivy, and I'm not saying it should keep them on the board, is that they have attitude.
They do. I mean, talk about an
Like,
attitude
look, he's
Pokemon.
wearing it's wearing this coat. I just feel like it was the cool kid at school that I could
Yeah.
never be friends with.
Yeah.
So
Also,
now,
in
I'm
yeah.
like, oh, should I keep him on the board? Maybe
Also-
he'll like me.
also in the anime, Ash has a Snivy, and the Snivy is sort of like an It's so attitude-y. She doesn't listen to Ash sometimes. She is she got a lot of sass.
Yeah, she'd be in Mean Girls, so I'd like that.
I
But
like
we don't like Mean
attitude.
Girls.
No, we don't like Mean Girls, but we like the
But we
idea
aspire
of
to
it.
be that.
Gotcha.
I will agree that I like sass and I like attitude, but this nose is turned up, man. This is
Okay,
a turned up nose.
well, we can eliminate other. We can come
Yeah,
back to.
I
Snivy.
mean, come on.
yeah,
what,
I would get
Tepig?
rid of Tepig.
Tepig.
All right, Tepig.
Just gross.
I do appreciate the pun game on this one because it starts as Tepig, which is like a tepid pig.
That's right.
I appreciate that, and then becomes Pignite, like Ignite and a pig, and its final form is Embor. So I think the pun game is strong on this one, but I'll let him go.
I would also get rid of Poplio. I don't know the right way to say
I
it.
think it's Poplio. Oh, only because I think it's supposed to be some sort of play on Italian clowns from opera.
So you think it's like Pagliacci?
I do. I think that it's in that wheelhouse.
Wow.
Look,
okay.
we're cutting Poplio because we don't understand the
We
reference.
don't get it. We don't get it.
don't get the reference.
We don't get it. We don't get it. It needs to go.
So that's fair.
Okay, I'm also gonna say something very controversial right now.
You have to. Yes.
I want to get rid of Bulbasaur.
I will actually support that play because I think both of the other two starters from Gen 1 that we still have on the board, Charmander and Squirtle, are more iconic
Agreed.
and more fun.
We're
Agreed.
getting rid of Bulbasaur before we get rid of Trico.
This is just the way.
Yes, 100%.
This is just the way the cards are falling. I will back your eliminate Trico play. in a
Wait.
second.
Okay. Whoa. What? Yes, get rid of Bulbasaur before Trico.
Why get rid of Bulbasaur?
Aesthetically, it's weird. Still, again, like, what is it? It's a frog with a bulb on top of it. It to me,
It's
it
a
is
dinosaur with a bulb on top of it.
what
It's
kind of a dinosaur
a
is that?
Bulbasaur.
No,
That's not a real dinosaur, Mark. A Bulbasaur is not just because it ends in a sword doesn't make it a dinosaur.
It's like the Brontosaurus. We discovered it's not real.
Exactly.
I'll support that play, especially because to me it looks like a frog, but clearly
Looks like a
claiming to be
frog.
a dinosaur in every form of its evolution.
I also feel very uncomfortable by the Ivysaur and the Venusaur evolution story.
You guys are doing
I don't like
Bulbasaur dirty.
Why are you such a big Bulbasaur stan?
I'm not even standing that hard for it. I'm just looking at the other trash that's on this board.
Oh
Whoa,
my god!
whoa,
Oh
whoa,
my
whoa,
god!
whoa.
Okay, fine. Okay, you know what? We'll leave Bulbasaur for now, but let's get rid of Turtwig.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
totally fine with that.
All right, we'll get rid of Turtwig.
Sorry, Turtwig.
Sorry, Turtwig.
I'm not sorry.
He's
little-
a turtle.
We are lousy with turtles.
We are lousy with turtles.
Yeah, turtles seem to be a very popular starter. Oh well. Okay. Who else?
Okay,
What else?
so I'm gonna read another
great.
email here from Dustin. Dustin brings up an interesting starter favorite that I would not have thought of. Torchic.
Yeah.
Here
for
are his
sure.
reasons. He says the fact that it ends up a fighting chicken
Yep.
and its second form looks like it's the chicken from Family Guy is infinitely amusing to me. He goes on to say, gotta love that double kick move when it first evolves, making grinding the normal random encounters so much easier. He also says that that's his favorite game in the series. So Dustin is going to bat
respect that.
for Torchic, which I also have to respect, and I gotta really admit that I'm not super clued into Gen 3.
Gen 3?
Yeah.
Well, we just
Gen
kicked,
3, I think, has really good Pokemon.
I mean, we just kicked Trico to the curb, but we've spent a lot of time singing the
Well,
praises of Mudkip.
Hold on, we haven't actually
Whoa,
kicked Trico to
Trico's
the
still
curb.
in
we
the
didn't. That's
running.
right. That's right.
Mark, did you just try to gaslight us?
Wow. You're right. I do hate Trico.
I've always hated Trico.
Okay, so wait, why do you hate Trico so much? Let's talk about Trico.
Oh no, I don't actually really have a lot against Trico.
But we have to start
He
making some hard
kind of-
cuts.
Okay, so Trico kind of reminds me of like Reptar, if Reptar was
From
on
the
was on
Rugrats?
The Simpsons. Yes.
Oh, oops.
No,
Wait,
no.
what?
You're right.
Yeah.
Reptar is from the Rugrats. He's like the Godzilla-esque like monster that they have.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm saying if Reptar, the character from Rugrats, was actually a character on The Simpsons, I think he'd look a little something like Trico.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I see that now.
Now,
that
in the
makes
world of The Simpsons, is he also a fictional character like he is in Rugrats? Or are the Rugrats watching episodes of The Simpsons that feature the character Trico, who is their Reptar?
This is a poltergeist moment where the house eats itself, and we all disappear.
And the world is better for it. Oh, God. The Rowlet just fell off the table.
But this is an interesting thing about Trico and Snivy. Design-wise, they're different. They're not as round as the other starter Pokemon.
This
in
is
terms
true.
of like cutie baby-looking Pokemon. Trico's a little slim, and so is Snivy. So maybe that might be a little bit of why you have such beef with Trico.
Yeah, that actually might be the reason why I have like beef with Chimchar. I know that Chimchar is. Would you say that Chimchar is beloved? Well,
not
liked, right?
Not particularly, no. But I stand for Chimchar because of stats. Stats-wise, I think it's a really strong Pokemon. However,
So Infernape.
Infernape, yeah.
Infernape is good.
It's
It
great.
sounds like it, like a
Like an infernal ape.
Yeah. And Chimchar is a fighting fire type,
Mhm.
but so is Torchic. So that's another interesting thing. Oh, but Torchic is
Does it fly?
no. It's a fighting
It's
fire
a
type.
fighting fire type, just like the Chimchar.
But I think I don't know. I think Chimchar can stay.
Yeah, I don't. Hate,
I would get rid of Trico
Done.
because
Trico's
now
gone.
now we're killing our darlings.
Well, the only
essentially.
reason I'm putting Chimchar and I guess like
I would get rid of Snivy before Chimchar.
Snivy into the same group is they kind of freak me out because they have the most like expressive eyes and they're a little bit like come hither.
What
Oh,
the
wait,
the
what?
Snivy eyes
Wait,
or the
what?
Chimchar eyes?
Mark, are
The-
they flirting with you?
Yeah,
the
little bit.
Pokemon, the most flirtatious Pokemon on this table is one that we have not talked about at all yet. It's the Fennekin. Fennekin.
Fennekin is super flirty.
Yeah, just wants you to like come over and like hang out.
I love Fennekin because the narrative of Fennekin is it turns into a wizard at the end. It's like a
Yes.
magic fox,
Yes.
which is
yes,
like, come
yes.
on, that's so cool. You can't mess with that.
I mean,
It's
if
great.
we were playing any other video game and you got to control a sexy fox wizard, like you would be on that in a second.
Yeah.
Did you say sexy?
I don't know what I said. And there's no way to prove it.
Okay, so let me tell you a little bit about Chimchar.
Please.
Are we like incorporating the anime at all?
Yeah. It's all on the
things are on the
Because
table.
I think Ash's Chimchar is an interesting storyline. So, Ash in that series, in that season or
Mhm.
whatever, had a rival, and the rival had a Chimchar that he abused because he was like, "I want you to evolve into a Infernape," and Chimchar was just like sort of shy and like sort of weak.
yeah.
And the guy, I think his name was Paul, gave up on it and like tossed him. And Chimchar was sort of homeless and beat up. And Ash took him, and Chimchar started off being like very weak, very shy, like like a abused animal, But Ash was patient with Chimchar, and then eventually it evolved into an Infernape, and then the Infernape beat his rival. I mean, Ash was able to beat his rival with the Pokemon,
And
with his very own Pokemon.
and that's what the movie The Blind Side is based off, right? I like Chimchar. I think that's a cool story that I didn't know.
Yeah, that is cool.
And I like him. Again, it's another one where I feel like the pun game is strong and I
Yeah.
like it.
Okay, so of the starters that I feel like are giving me come hither eyes, we're getting rid of
Yes.
Snivy.
Get rid of
Snivy.
Snivy.
All right.
Sorry,
See you,
Snivy.
Snivy. So at this point,
Oh gosh, these are all good now.
these are all good now. Maybe we should start pitting types against each other.
Yeah.
Okay.
And trying to determine who
We
of
have
what-
Okay.
so many like water
Here's
types.
what I'll say.
Yeah.
When it comes to Chimchar and Charmander, they have flames
Mhm.
on
Right,
their,
good.
on their butts.
Right.
They both do.
Mhm.
But with Charmander, if the flame were to ever go out, Charmander dies. That's the story. Now, for a starter Pokemon, is that what you want?
That's a lot of pressure
That's
to
a
put.
lot of responsibility,
Mhm.
a lot of care. I mean, we're all adult men, but I'm still a child. I would kill this Charmander accidentally in a rain,
Mhm.
Right, in the rain. But we live in LA.
But
so-
you
Well,
no, that's the worst because when it rains, you don't have an umbrella.
That's
You're
a-
not
That's true.
prepared.
That's a great
You're not
point.
prepared.
That's a great point.
And if it is a stubborn Charmander like Pikachu was in the anime, and refused to get in the Pokeball, it's doomed.
All right. Let's
However,
Oh,
stats-wise, Charmander is unbeatable, I think. It has,
well, and it becomes the Charizard. Like
yeah, it
that is-
evolves into a Charizard.
that's so cool.
Yeah. I will also say I don't think Charmander is as cute as the other ones.
As the other Gen 1
Yeah.
starters.
I don't think yes. Yeah, why is Bulbasaur still there? Why haven't we got rid of Bulbasaur?
Oh,
We
because
spared it. We gave it some time.
okay,
He's gotta
here's
go.
here's who's still on the table right now.
Yeah, that's
so,
good.
so it's time to recap. We've been at
Yeah,
this
this is
for
a 1, 2,
40 minutes. How many do we have
1,
now?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
13. So we've not even cut the field in half. We're talking about Bulbasaur, Charmander, Squirtle, Mudkip, Rowlet, Oshawott, Torchic, Litten, Piplup, Totodile, Froakie, Fennekin, and Chimchar. So that means
Wow,
we
there's
only
so
have
many
2
water
grass
types
Yeah,
types.
we
here.
have so many water types.
We have so many water types. Let's eliminate 2 right now.
Oh, wow, really?
We're doing it right now. So the options are Squirtle, Mudkip, Oshawott, Piplup, Totodile, and Froakie.
Okay, I would get rid of Totodile.
And I would say let's get rid of Froakie.
no.
No!
Why? He's gross.
No.
What? How?
Okay,
what?
Totodile's off the board.
Totodile's
sorry,
off the board.
Totodile.
Okay, so we were talking about a little bit earlier, like, do we count final evolutions?
Yes.
As
And I think we should.
Greninja
Yeah.
is so cool.
Yeah. Also, it is a water dark type. When do you see those? It's so cool.
And he's got like a place in Smash now too.
Yeah, and he's great in Smash. I say if we're getting rid of one more
Don't you
water
dare, Mark.
type,
Don't you dare. Don't you even dare.
I think
Piplup?
we get rid of. I was gonna say Oshawott, even though I think it's adorable. Maybe the cutest of the ones we have left on here.
Oh, no. Ha, ha, ha.
I'd like to hear a defense for Piplup if anyone has it.
I think Piplup is very cute.
Yeah. I do too.
I think its stats are really cool. I think it's got
that he becomes
final
the
evolution
Empoleon.
is like really interesting.
Mhm.
It is a water steel, which you never see. However, that combination is sort of tricky. They don't really go hand in hand. Yeah, I'd get rid of Piplup.
Piplup's gone. He's off the table.
Oh, sorry. Ooh, that hurts so much.
Bulbasaur lives another day.
Lives
Why?
Wait, he's the only. Is he the only?
No,
No,
we've
Rowlet
got
is
we've
still
got
in there.
Rowlet.
Rowlet.
Okay, let's settle this once and for all. Rowlet v Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur dies. I mean, faints. Sorry. 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 Sorry.
I gotta back that
Because here's the thing: if this is a flying grass type, it beats a grass type like that.
Mm-hmm. And also, I
Um,
mean, like, how do you say no to that? Like, evolved emo owl.
Yeah.
Like,
It's very cool.
I'm
Bulbasaur is like
fine with
huge
this.
and just weird looking.
so long, Bulbasaur.
Sorry, Bulbasaur. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have a top 10.
The top 10 is Charmander, Squirtle, Mudkip, Torchic, Oshawott, Litten, Rowlet, Chimchar, Fennekin, and Froakie.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
sh-
okay.
should I-
Look,
should-
not to come
okay.
back to this, but is Oshawott only on here because he's cute? It's
yes.
cute.
Yeah, I think yes.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. What's I don't
Okay.
understand
Oh,
the
here's
question.
here's what I'll say about Oshawott. It's only a water type. So far, I think that's the only one here that well, except for the Gen 1s.
that
in
don't
terms of-
split.
Also, its evolutionary journey is sort of gnarly to me. It evolves into not the cutest or coolest looking thing.
It becomes like a samurai. Is that what?
It's a
what?
samurai. Yeah, it's a
Samurott?
samurai, but also like it just looks very strange to me. But Oshawott is one of my favorite Pokemon because it looks so cute.
It looks real. Oh man. I don't
And in
think.
terms of stats, I mean, there's
Mhm.
other Pokemon that have better stats than Oshawott. What I'm saying is, I think it's time to go Oshawott. Sorry.
I'll support that. Mark,
Yeah, I'm the one that recommended
Wait,
it.
can
Very
I get
good.
that Oshawott?
do you want him?
I want to
here-
make a, I
here
want to
you
make
go.
a
Here you
just
go.
the top 10 stack
Just-
here.
Okay, perfect.
So Oshawott is the number 10 starter Pokemon
right, good,
on
good,
our
good,
list.
good,
Yeah.
good showing, Oshawott.
Good Osh.
Good Osh.
Good Osh. Good
Good
Osh.
Osh.
Okay. What
okay,
else?
now we've got a ton of fiery guys in here.
Okay. I would say we would.
Charmander, Torchic, Litten,
Oh,
Chimchar, and
gosh.
Fennekin.
So I'd like to-
okay.
Yeah. Lay it on me.
The next battle will be between Chimchar and Torchic.
So I
Because
I
we-
liked your Chimchar story. I liked
Yeah.
how that played out, and so my vote is to get rid of Torchic.
That's gonna be my vote as well.
Also, I think birds are gross.
I mean, you're not wrong,
Wow.
but the Rowlet is phenomenal.
Yeah, the exception to the rule.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna throw another wrench in there. Okay. Torchic,
Mm.
in terms of stats, has an ability that boosts its speed every round. So
That's cool.
In its final evolutionary form, it essentially goes faster and faster and faster.
Yeah, but is it a fiery monkey? Right?
No, but it's fast. Blaziken is
That's
fast.
cool.
And in terms of popularity, Torchic is more popular than Chimchar.
Mark?
But they are both fighting fire types.
Yeah, I vote to keep Chimchar. That's my vote. Even though I do like Torchic's like Mexican wrestler aesthetic.
Yeah. So we're saying keep the Chimchar.
Oh, Torchic actually looks like it's wearing a poncho,
He does kind of look like he's wearing a poncho.
like a little capelet. Also, I think Torchic is cute.
I think Torchic is
I don't
Sure.
think it's
cute as
cuter
well.
than Chimchar though.
I mean, Torchic is cute in like the way that baby chicks are cute, and then they grow up to be like gross chickens.
Right.
Dang, Mark,
Yep.
tell us how you really feel.
All right. Sorry, Torchic.
Yikes! Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We really are at the
Torchic.
point. I mean, the top 9.
Top nine. Right. Okay.
I will put up next on the chopping block here the Litten, which I know that
Yeah,
we like,
I'm fine with
and
it.
I know it's popular, and it does become like a
Lin over
fiery.
Chimchar.
What are you saying?
Like you're gonna cut Lin before you cut Chimchar?
Yeah.
Really? Why?
I don't know that I need like a moody cat Pokemon in my life when I could have a fun-loving monkey
Here's the thing. Litten straight up has the best stats of this bunch.
all across the board.
It is so if you want like power from your starter, if your point
Yeah.
to get a starter is to be the most powerful,
To
you
be the
have
very best, like
to be
no
the
one
ve-
ever was. Right.
Exactly. Litten is your best bet.
Here's the
for
thing:
starter.
if we come down to just like pitting generations against each other,
Yeah.
I'm never gonna let the Litten beat the Rowlet.
Okay.
Mm.
So the only thing we've really said about Fennekin that I remember is that Patrick thinks it's sexy.
Yes.
So is there another reason why we're keeping it in
No, it can go.
this race?
No, it looks like a cool wizard at the end.
Yeah,
I mean,
cool.
that,
I mean,
look
that
at
is
its final
cool. That is
evolution form.
cool. That it
And
is.
it's a psychic fire. For me, that's going to be hard to let go because I'm obsessed with psychic types.
I love
So-
this. We're to a point where we can't cut
Actually-
anyone.
Well, I mean,
okay,
I
would-
I do like the Fennekin's I like its final evolution more than I like its original form, which
Oh,
is very rare.
interesting.
Rare.
Which
Yeah,
is
that is
very
rare.
rare.
Here's someone I would nominate right now.
Yeah.
It's going to be controversial,
Yeah.
but I want to get rid of Mudkip.
Oh, that's fair, and I agree with it.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
So Mudkip
Only
goes.
on the basis of you two played out Mudkip. Sorry.
That's true. Look, we've acknowledged the Mudkip's legacy,
Uh-huh.
and
Exactly.
we've
It
celebrated
made the top 10. Congrats on making
Right.
number 8.
It's gonna
Mudkip.
go on the tour.
It's gonna
It'll be, you
on
know,
the tour.
It'll be
On
fine.
the starter across America tour. It'll be fine. It'll have wear shades and people will love it, and then
Yeah.
it goes away.
Oh, okay.
All right.
We are down now to Charmander, Squirtle, Fennekin, Chimchar, Froakie, Litten, and Rowlet. We're doing.
I
good.
want to.
We're doing
want to
good
get
here,
rid of
guys.
a fire type.
I
right
think
now.
that is necessary. So, Charmander, Chimchar, Fennekin, Litten.
Which is the worst fire type that we have here?
Oh,
Wow!
man.
Wow! Wow! What a question. What is the worst fire type we
how
have
come?
here?
How come you think? Why do you think that we're fire heavy? In our
There's four fire types left.
No, but he's saying why do we think we've arrived at this?
yeah.
Oh, because we were like pro water type.
We were pro water type for a while, but like what about the
I
'cause
think
we
fire
got-
types look cute.
Yeah.
I mean,
They look cute, they're
honestly, that's what
tough.
it seems like that's what we're basing most of the thing on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're analyzing it after we're like, this is not
After
this
we've
is
already
ugly.
prejudged
Yeah. You're ugly, but useful. Because
Wait,
I'm not.
guys,
I'm not,
are we mean girls?
yeah.
Oh.
Hey, we have to be.
Right.
We're literally ranking starters.
Yeah. Oh,
I
we
will
have so many fire because this is our burn book.
Yes.
That's
of
why.
course.
That's
there it
why.
is,
There
it
we
is,
go.
there it
Okay,
is.
my vote is to get Chimchar out of there.
That's a heartbreaker. I want to send him out with the Litten. I think they need to go out together.
Who ranks higher, Litten or Chimchar?
Litten to me.
Ranks higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I accept that. Cool.
Okay.
So
Chimchar,
Chimchar,
7,
Litten, 6.
6. Wow. Litten, wow. I thought it was going to rank high. Before I came, I was like, they're going to rank Litten as number 1. I'm sure. Because it is the strongest and people really love Litten.
All right. So what is
Not
our
these guys.
what is our top 5? I mean, we get number 6.
That's true.
That's love.
That's
That's
true.
a
That's
lot of
true.
And
love.
look,
That's love.
These are all we ranked all the
That's
Mario
true.
games at one point. That means there's a lot of good games in there.
What was the best Mario game?
I don't remember. Super Mario Brothers 3
I think we settled
or
on
World? Might have been World.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's the right answer.
And it's definitive,
It's definitive.
whichever it was.
Yeah, whichever one we pick.
Oh man, these
Fennekin,
are all
Squirtle,
strong.
Froakie, Charmander, Rowlet. I propose now a battle between the Fennekin and the Froakie.
I was gonna say I feel like Fennekin is the next to go over Froakie, only because. Oh man. Okay. So if there was a fight between Fennekin and Froakie,
Mm-hmm.
Froakie would beat Fennekin on all accounts in all evolutions because Froakie evolves into a dark water type, and Fennekin evolves into a psychic fire type,
Right.
and Dark is strong against psychic, and
So just purely in a one-on-one kind of thing, Fennekin can't hold a candle,
Fennekin doesn't stand a chance.
let alone keep it lit. Okay,
Yeah.
Fennekin, hit the road.
Sorry, wow, 3 fire types back to back.
We needed to call some fire types.
Dang.
Charmander is now the sole fire type. Rowlet is the sole grass type. And then we've got the Squirtle and the Froakie. Now,
These are all good.
are we bringing some Gen 1 garbage to this? Some Gen 1er garbage that we've got the Charmander and the Squirtle in our final 4?
No, I think they can stand on their own
I
regardless
think they
of
can stand on
generation.
their
Okay.
own. I mean, when we talk about base stats, I feel like that's all I'm talking about.
You have to represent that.
Yeah.
Because we cannot.
They're both like solid contenders. I think Charmander, if we're talking like power, Charmander sort of has or I should say Charizard has like a leg up over everyone else's final evolution forms.
Yeah.
But again, we all know that power isn't everything. If Ash has taught us anything, that it is all about strategy and what we do with it. That's why Pokemon is such a franchise.
Also
Because-
Heart.
Also Heart. That's
Also
true.
Heart.
Also Heart.
I think the Squirtle is the next to go on this.
I'm leaning towards that as well.
I don't disagree.
Squirtle is number 4.
Yeah. Wow.
All right. Which means our final 3,
Wow.
our top 3, our podium. These guys are going to be on the podium holding their hands over their hearts,
No matter what.
possibly kneeling
That's
during
true.
the national
Yeah,
anthem.
They may be kneeling. Yeah.
They may be kneeling. These are woke Pokemon.
I feel like the Rowlet would kneel.
He might. Does he have knees?
Nope.
They bend backwards. Froakie, Charmander, and Rowlet.
How do you feel about this top 3 right now?
So I'm a little bit surprised that Froakie is rated so high.
Mm-hmm.
Going into this, Froakie is my pick to win.
Oh.
Tell me why.
I will tell you.
Thank you.
Right after these messages.
when I was doing research for this, because I have not played, like, I didn't play, what generation was it? 4
This is
6.
XY. Yeah.
6. I haven't played generation 6, and so in making my determination, I was like doing a bunch of research, watching people's videos, and in falling down this Pokemon YouTube hole, I came to a video that somebody had made where they took fan art of Froakie that they had found from across the web and put it to moves like Jagger by Maroon 5. And I was like, yeah, that makes
It's
total
on the
sense
table.
to
That's
me.
part of it.
Yeah, and so Froakie's my pick to win.
I do find the Froakie
I love Greninja also.
to be a little bit gross.
Yeah, you don't like the way that Froakie looks.
I don't like the way that Froakie looks. I do think Greninja is cool. I don't know that is he wearing his tongue around his neck?
It is
Yes,
his
like a
tongue,
scarf?
yeah.
It's a tongue,
Okay, that's his tongue.
That's
Yeah.
his tongue.
That's
yeah.
a thing that should be in his mouth.
It is attached to his mouth.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't detach it and then like throw it around
Yeah,
himself.
it's like, you know how dogs like have their tongue sticking out of their mouths
And
we
they
still-
just wrap it
we
around their
still
necks.
think it's cute. Like it's the same thing. Froakie's tongue is so long that he just wears it as a scarf, and we're like, hey, stylish too.
I've not been paying attention. The Froakie's first, like his second evolutionary form,
Mm-hmm.
is Frogadier.
Yeah.
Maybe he is going all the way.
Ah!
All right.
Frogadier just looks like it's got attitude.
It does. It does. And the Froakie all the way through kind of has like attitude,
Wait.
like awareness.
Wait, are you saying, Patrick, that Froakie could win this whole thing?
Even
You
though,
don't like the way it
even though I
looks.
think he's gross. All right, let's Froakie is safe for now.
we've heard the arguments for Froakie.
He's not going
Yeah.
to be eliminated in this.
Yeah.
Charmander or Rowlet?
Man, as much as I love Gen 1, and I think Charmander is really great and solid,
Mm-hmm.
I stand by Rowlet. Only because, first of all, Rowlet looks really cute.
He does.
And its evolution story is concise.
hilarious.
Really, I think it's like actually like really well structured.
Mhm.
I think it tells a really nice narrative.
How do you say
Um,
his final evolution?
Deus.
I don't know. Actually,
Yeah,
that's,
yeah,
that's a
I
great
don't know. No one knows.
question.
Can I-
Desu-
Is it supposed to be like
I mean-
Decidui?
Decidui? I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
so
mean,
I don't get the pun there.
So-
there is one.
To your point, I
Yes.
think like Charmander is like a really obviously in our top 3 like a really like strong Pokemon.
Yeah.
But I think Charmander suffers from that Gen 1 itis where his evolutions are just boring. You know,
It's pretty
just, like,
straightforward.
a
Here's my
bigger,
problem with
like, dragon.
my problem with Charmander and Charmeleon and Charizard is that you would normally think that Charizard is a dragon type when in fact it is
It's
not
not.
a dragon type. It's
Mhm.
a fire flying type. And to me, that's sort of irresponsible.
Keep that fire on the ground.
Yeah, I
Fire's flying around.
don't- Well, and I think that only comes because like it's a Gen 1
Yeah.
and they didn't have dragon types when they like had Gen 1. So I think it is a bit of like an oopsie. However, it just is a little bit of a, false advertisement thing. I would nominate Charmander to go next.
I will agree with that. And also, it's weird to me that it goes from Charmander, so it's like a play on Salamander,
Yes.
which is an amphibian, and then
Mhm.
it becomes a Charmeleon,
Right.
which is a play on chameleon, which is a reptile.
That's your problem.
That's
with
my
it?
problem with it. Although I will say that
And Charizard is a lizard.
is a lizard who's not a dragon, evidently. I will say that I got my Charizard amiibo like in the mail. I want to say it was the day that Satoru Iwata died. And I remember having a very like cheesy weird moment of like just sitting with this amiibo and like feeling sad about Iwata passing.
Oh.
But that's just a dumb little memory, and I will have it forever. Even
It's not a
as
dumb
the
memory.
Charmander
I mean,
is
he's
a
sweet.
number
top 3.
He's top 3, which is
Yeah.
very
Top
good.
3 made
He's-
it number
he's going
3.
down on top.
Charmander, you did good. That'll do, Charmander. That'll do.
Yeah,
The-
you did us proud.
We've already eliminated Squirtle a while ago, but one thing I do want to say.
I mean, we just eliminated.
Oh, did we
Squirtle.
really?
It was very recently.
It felt like a million years ago. How long have we been recording this?
Like an hour.
Okay.
It's been 3 days.
We're doing great. We're doing great.
Is that of the Gen 1 Pokemon?
Mhm.
Oh, excuse me.
You getting choked up?
Yeah. Of the Gen 1 Pokemon, his final evolution is so stupid.
Yes.
It's
Because he literally
amazing.
has cannons that come out of his shell.
Yeah.
It's pretty remarkable.
It's weird. It's
Are-
just weird. Also, to me, the Squirtle, we didn't talk about this, but to me, I actually like the second this is the first time ever where the second evolution is my favorite. Wartortle is, I think, far superior than
To
Squirtle
either
or
of the other two?
Blastoise.
I have one more email that I probably should have read a while ago because all of these Pokemon have been eliminated. But let's just hear Tony out for the sake of hearing Tony out. He says, Bulbasaur is cute and chill, and he deserves to be placed right up wherever Squirtle and Charmander end up. Evidently, we disagree with that.
Yep. Sorry.
And this is a controversial one. He says, Turtwig is another total cutie. And well, Torterra, that's the medium one or the big one, Torterra doesn't have any competitive advantages. It does have an entire ecosystem on its back.
That's true.
What a nice turtle. Our listeners are very turtle supportive.
Yeah. Turtwig looks a little too much like Mitch McConnell for my taste.
Yeah, that is accurate. Everyone listening, go Google Turtwig right now.
Or just picture a green Mitch
Yeah.
McConnell.
just Google Mitch McConnell and then superimpose a leaf on his head, and there you go. And then Tony's last point is there were people who actually hated Poplio when Sun and Moon came out. Can you imagine hating Poplio? All that character wants to do is make you smile. A clowning sea lion grows up to be a beautiful opera singer. Wow, what a character arc.
He's not wrong.
He's not
He's
wrong.
not wrong.
He's not
People
wrong.
hated it though. Sorry.
Okay, guys, so it comes down to the gross, disgusting Froakie. Or
You really don't like Froakie.
What is supposed to be going on in his original form? What is going on with
is it a beard
Is
Is
it
it-
like a mane of some sort? Is it foam?
Oh, I picture like foam, like
Okay.
a foam back. You know how like frogs have like their eggs on their back?
Uh-huh.
Like Froaki's similar that
So you
way.
think it has reproductive goo on its chin?
Yeah.
All right, Froakie for the gold. No, I don't.
And I mean, here's the other thing too. Rowlet just looks like it has a bra on.
That's a bow tie.
Oh, really? I just see bra. You got a bra.
So the thing, Rowlet is definitely cuter.
Yeah,
Second,
let's see
second
what. Let's like
evolution.
break it down.
Yeah.
In cuteness factor, who thinks Rowlet is cuter than Froakie?
I think cuter, yes.
I think the Rowlet is cuter than
I agree.
Froakie.
In terms of
Should we go back
evolution
to
story, what is more impressive?
I think Froakie's is more impressive. I love Rowlet's like second
Ooh,
form, like
yeah.
the moody emo teenager, but the last unpronounceable form I think is kind of a bust.
Yeah, he is kind of a bummer, right?
I don't think so. I think he looks like a cool Robin Hood.
Right.
If Robin Hood was an owl
But
out of 5.
but I
is
don't
that a
feel
straight
like-
line?
yeah,
from
I-
like cutie to moody to Robin Hood,
I mean, cutie to moody rhymes,
right? So that's perfect.
and Robin Hoodie rhymes too. From
Cutie
cutie to moody to Robin
Hoodie.
Hoodie. Come on, print that. Come on.
All right, so who do we give the
And in terms of
evolutionary journey to?
stats,
Yeah, as in,
If this was a battle, Rowlet would win. Except, this is a very interesting battle because Rowlet is a ghost grass type and Froakie is a dark water type.
so just
I
for
feel like it would sort of be even.
for everyone's reference, Steven gave them both a 4 in terms of base stats on a scale of 1 to 5.
Yeah, they're both very good.
So they're both very good in terms of.
Did anyone get a
base
5, by
stats.
the way?
Cyndaquil,
Yeah.
Mudkip, Chimchar, and Fennekin were his 5 points.
Mhm.
On
can
the
we
stats.
hear Steven's stats for both characters like across the board?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, Stephen, for
Yeah, thank you,
participating. So the Froakie. Okay, stats 4. Cute factor only a 2. Staying power gave it a 5. And that's his
Yeah, what's
his
staying
categories
power
were a
mean?
little strange. Staying power was both marketing and popularity. And then the badass final form, he gave it a 3, which I find a little strange. It said that sounds like selling the Greninja short. And so for a total of 14 points. The Rowlet, he did 4 for stats, 3 for cute, 4 for staying power, and 5 for badass final form.
Wow.
For a total of 16 points. So if it were, if these last 2 were up to Steven, Rowlet would be taking it. Guys, I don't know what to do here.
Yeah, I really could go either way, to be honest with you.
Well,
I lean more towards
Say it, Oscar.
I can't.
Oscar.
I actually
Say
don't
it.
know now.
Okay, how about we do this?
Yeah.
We'll count down to 3, and when we get, so we'll
Yeah,
go 3, 2, 1,
And
and
then
then
we'll
we
all
just
say
have to say
Which one we're cutting or which one is winning?
which
Oh,
one
yeah.
we want to win.
Which one is
we
number
want to win.
one?
Which one is number 1?
Okay.
Oof, wait.
let's
hold
all
on.
take a second. Let's collect ourselves. Let's remember that no matter what happens here, A, this is definitive and we are correct.
Yes.
And B, we are loved.
Yeah. And 3.
Yeah.
We'll still be friends, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, well, yeah, because we will obviously all vote for the same thing.
Right. Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
right.
of course. Yes.
And if one of us is that'll have to be the case, that one of us will vote for something that the other 2 do not, then we all must immediately fall in line, right? That if, with no second guessing, no arguing. This is just it. On the count of 3, we will say which one we want to win at this point between the Froakie and the Rowlet. Are we ready?
Yeah, so
I
we're
think so, yeah.
okay.
Okay. So after 1, I'll count down from 3. 3, 2, 1.
Rowlet.
Froakie.
Whoa!
Wow!
Whoa!
Wait, what?
Whoa!
You guys switched? What the heck happened?
So I said Froakie, Mark said Rowlet,
Yeah.
Oscar said Froakie.
You really sold me with the cute to moody.
So Robin Hootie. Oh,
Cutie
and Robin
to Moody
Hootie.
to Robin
Hootie. Robin Hootie. Too bad he's second place.
Oh!
We did it. The definitive.
Wow.
No one can argue against it. Froakie has won the day.
Like moves, like Jagger.
With his moves?
like
Can you
Like
like
Jagger.
somehow post the
Moo.
video?
Yeah, sure. We can do all of
Please
this.
post the video somewhere so people can see it. I mean, I really want to see it.
Oscar, thank you so much for helping
This
us
is
do
so
this.
much
you so much.
fun.
Oh, before we go, who was your pick coming into this? Did you have one? Did you have like
My personal pick was like my personal pick is like Fennekin. I really liked
You like that fire
Pokemon a
psychic
lot,
type.
but I also am a huge Piplup fan. But I thought we were gonna pick Litten. I thought that was the one that was gonna win, and I never in a million years thought Froakie would even crack the top 5.
And here we are.
And here we are.
This is what conversation has led us to. This is indisputable.
Wow,
definitive?
Mhm.
I mean, I feel like a lot of people would agree with this.
Put it in the book.
It is in the book.
Yeah.
Oscar, is there anything at this point that you would like to plug, sir?
No. No, I do. I mean, like, I guess you guys can follow me on Instagram and Twitter and all social media handles with Ozzymo, OZZYMO. So follow me because I live a fun life.
And check out that Disney podcast,
Yeah,
the Inside the Disney Vault.
Yeah,
Mark was just on it. You
Yeah,
guys
that's
on
saw it?
right.
last week's
Yeah, it's out
episode.
right now. It's Atlantis: The Lost Empire. A lot of people are very upset that we didn't like it as
We
much as
did
we should
not
have.
like it.
Well, what are you going to do? People are going to be upset about this,
Yeah.
too. So,
Well, they're wrong.
They're wrong. They're wrong because it's definitive.
yeah, Definitive.
Also, the first Nintendo game was Mr. Game & Watch.
that makes sense to me.
Yep.
Thank you, Oscar. There you have it.
Definitive.
Definitive Froakie is the best. That's what we arrived at, so that must be correct. and
But
definitive.
you may disagree.
And if you do disagree, you are welcome to send us an email at Nintendo Cartridge Society
At gmail.com.
And huge thank you to everyone who contributed and sent us their opinions. Thank you, Steven. I don't know what we would have done without your rankings. We needed those stats. So anyone, you can always participate in stuff like that with us just by shooting us an email. Nintendo Cartridge Society
At gmail.com.
Remember, please rate, review, subscribe, all that good stuff on Apple Podcasts. If you like this episode, share it with your friends on Facebook or Twitter. I'm at Patrick_Ellers. Mark is at MKE Mitchell. The show is at Nincart Society. And the Facebook page is just Nintendo Cartridge Society. It helps us out a lot, and we love it. So do it.
Like Dodger Stadium.
We
love it.
If you like Mark and Mine's opinions or love them, you can check out our comic book discussions on retconpunch.com. Olivia Duncan made our logo. Our theme music is provided by 8-Bit Betty. You can find more of 8-Bit Betty's music by going to 8bitbetty.com or by listening right now. For my co-host, Mark Mitchell, this is Patrick Ellers saying thanks for listening.
Campfire.